Your first few moments with an oracle deck can be magical. The entire process just begs you to be present. From opening the box for the first time, to feeling the texture and the weight of the cards in your hands, and then finally taking in the beautiful artwork on each card. There are many ways to connect with an oracle deck and to sync your energy with the cards. Some people insist on sleeping with the cards beneath their pillow at night before using the cards for the first time. Others feel a simple knock or blowing your energy into the cards will suffice to align your intention with the deck. If this is your first oracle deck that you are connecting with, follow your intuition. Do what feels right for you in this moment with this particular deck. If this is not your first deck of oracle cards, notice that this particular deck may feel like it needs a different practice than your other cards. Try different approaches and see what feels right. The way you shuffle your cards may even change from deck to deck. Once you have the cards in your hands, take time to examine the artwork on the first few cards. If you feel drawn to a particular card, spend some time examining what it is about that one card that is pulling you in. When it feels right, move on to the next card. You can start doing this with just a few of the cards or the entire deck if you feel so inclined. As for getting to know your new oracle deck, I suggest having a notebook ready to jot down anything that comes up as you are connecting with your new cards. Some people use their daily journal. Others insist on having a dedicated notebook for each deck that they are familiarizing themselves with, while others find a Word document on their phone will suffice. Just do whatever feels right for you. But make sure you have a space where you can easily and frequently write down your experience with these cards. Now, this is a new deck for me that I have never worked with before. I have always felt a close bond with nature, and I felt especially drawn to this deck. Everything from the artwork to the colors to the title spoke to my soul. Woodland Wardens feels like energy I am yearning to connect with. And I feel that is because I would love to bond with the energy that protects and serves nature. And that is what comes to mind for me when I see this deck. With this first interaction with Jessica Rue's deck, I am noticing the deep green on both the box and the backs of the cards. I love all the details of vines, branches, and flowers throughout the theme. I feel grounded and calm when I look at and hold each of these cards. I'm noticing the stark contrast between some of the cards as well. Some are especially light and feel joyful, while others have darker themes and feel very serious, yet grounding at the same time. Right now, I'm feeling especially drawn to the snail and huckleberry. So let's take a few moments to explore this card. First, I'm noticing that this card does have a darker theme. It feels as if the snail exists within a vacuum or in isolation. The snail feels to me like it is in motion. I'm sensing a feeling of determination to move forward. I'm also taking note of the huckleberry branches on either side of the snail, and I'm noticing that they are so close to forming a perfect circle around the snail. Notice that the branches have no thorns, and the leaves look like they are in motion as well. This feels comforting to me and makes me think that there is protection and security here. Now, notice the words at the bottom of the card. Here it says, "Trust in the invisible." Taking into consideration what I have already observed about the artwork of the card, I'm going to interpret the overall meaning of this particular card as a message of trust and security. I personally would take this card appearing as an invitation to let go of worry to keep moving forward, and to trust that I'm being taken care of. There's an aspect of blind faith here that feels significant. Now, as you examine your own card, take a few moments to write down what stands out to you in your notebook. These may be things that you are visually noticing, feelings that are coming up, something that is popping into your mind's eye or into your intuition. Don't question what appears, just take note. There are many ways to use oracle cards, and I like to combine my intuitive reading of each card with the guidebook details provided by the author. I believe that by connecting with an oracle deck, we are also connecting to the author's energy. So I like to use their wisdom as a way to deepen my connection to spirit. Here's what Jessica Rue has to say about the snail and the huckleberry. The determined and deliberate snail carries its home on its back. While it may seem like a simple, humble creature, the spiral of its shell portends great mystery, representing the cycle of life. Like the snail, the huckleberry is sometimes associated with smallness and insignificance. A huckleberry, in late 19th century slang, was a person of little consequence. However, it is a powerful fruit that grows plentifully, offering life-sustaining nutrients to both humans and woodland creatures. Together, the snail and the huckleberry invite an appreciation for what is beneath the surface and trust in what cannot be seen. The upright invitation for this card says, "Now is a good time to follow your bliss, trusting in invisible supports. With great risk comes great reward." The reverse invitation for this card says, "You are relying too heavily on physical proof. Grow quiet and observant. Allow subtle clues, even feelings and intimations, to guide you." The questions for this card are, where have I benefited from trusting in subtle clues? And how can I look beyond appearances toward deeper meaning? What I love about using Jessica Rue's guidebook here is that it brought history to my attention that I wouldn't have thought of otherwise. It also reminded me that there are so many assumptions around a tiny creature like a snail. Those weren't things that came to mind for me intuitively, but that energy still remains within the card. I also love that my intuitive reading of the card aligned with the upright reading she provided, and even connected slightly with the reverse reading as well. I want you to take note of the differences between your intuitive reading of your own card and what is stated in the guidebook. Don't worry if your intuitive reading was completely different than what the author wrote in the guidebook. That card may simply carry a unique meaning for you in this moment. The questions asked at the end of the guidebook's definition for this card present a wonderful opportunity for reflection and ways to connect more deeply with the energy of the card and the deck as a whole. Take some time, if you feel so inclined, to use these questions as a journal prompt and see where the energy takes you. That's all for our first day of connecting with a new Oracle deck. I will be posting new videos several times a week about Jessica Rue's Woodland Wardens as I explore this deck, and I hope you will join me as you begin to explore your own new Oracle deck. Stay present, stay joyful, and prioritize laughter.